Hey Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. This is my little channel on YouTube about cross stitching and crafting, sometimes crochet. Today, definitely cross stitching crochet is the majority of what I'm going to show you. My name is Cameron. I go by Cam the Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. My pronouns are she, her. Welcome. I did cut my bangs. I don't know how I'm feeling about it yet, but we're vibing with it. We're going with it. Feeling the weird 70s rock and roll vibe today. That's what's happening with my hair. That's what's happening with my face, and we're just gonna go with it, okay? Anyways, it's been a second. My filming schedule's been a little off, but I'm hoping to fix that today. So I am coming at you. I think it's December 15th. It's a Friday. I had some time today to film, so here I am. I have been traveling a bunch, and I went to Asheville, North Carolina with some friends and for my sister's birthday. So that was super fun. And I did not stitch at all. I crocheted a little bit, like in the car on the way there, a little bit at the Airbnb, but I've not done a lot of stitching, but I did want to show you what I have done and then maybe talk a little bit about plans and yeah, I mean, wrapping up the year. I will do an end of year whip parade. I probably won't film it until after Christmas, just scheduling and like I don't feel like it, so it will probably come at you in January, and then I don't know, I'm thinking possibly New Year's Eve I might do 12 by 12 but not 12 by 12. So I might work on one project for 12 hours on New Year's Eve leading up to midnight. If you're not familiar with New Year's Eve 12 by 12, it is an idea that was originated by, I believe, Kia B here on Flosstube and Pam from Just Keep Stitching. And they start 12 new projects on New Year's Eve, and so one new project every hour leading up to midnight. And it's super exciting. I've never been able to just like stay at home during New Year's Eve, so I really want to this year. I'm like, I don't want to go out. I don't want to party. I want to stay and I want to stitch, but we'll see. I can't make any promises. But anyways, another quick life update. When I was in Asheville, I got a new tattoo because I felt like it. There's no reason. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just here. I'm living on this earth. My body is temporary. So, anyways, I got this. It is a spider with a pretty little lady as the butt of the spider. Yeah, it looks rad. A fun fact, I am so afraid of spiders. I hate spiders. But I picked this out from the artist's book and was like, that looks sick. And he was like, okay, let's do it. So we did like purple and red and like spots of yellow. It's very cute. I really like it. Is it weird that I got a spider tattoo when I'm deathly afraid of spiders? Sure. But, you know, I'm open about it. I really like it, and I don't know, I want to get more, and I just want to go in and like, if I vibe with the artist's style and I look through their books and I find a cool one, I'm just gonna get it. Like, a lot of my tattoos have meanings. At a certain point, this is my 10th tattoo. At a certain point, you're just like, whatever looks rad, like, put it on my body. I don't care. So yeah, so new tattoo. That's about it. And now I am back home getting ready for Christmas. Work has been crazy. It usually slows down this time of year and it has not at all. So that sucks. But I'm hoping the new year, no, it's not going to slow down. It just won't slow down, but that's okay. So let's get into the cross stitch. I almost never do a life update, but cross stitch time. So I do have a finish. I have a couple of whips, a couple of new starts. tiny bit of haul and some plans to go over with you. So first we're gonna get into the finish, and that is my First Day of Christmas tree by Hello from Liz Matthews. I have shown this in the past couple of videos and it is done. And she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. So I stitched this on a 36 count, Picture This Plus linen, I think in the color Valor. I bought it a long time ago. I stitched it in all the called for DMC with 1 strand over 2 on 36 count. So it's definitely more, the coverage is not as full, and obviously the color of fabric I picked, some of the leaves kind of like are a little, what do you call that, camouflage? It's subtle. But yeah, and then I put in my tiny little initials and the year because I want to finish all these on different fabrics, and then make little like triangle-ish pillows, and then make them into a garland one day when they're all done. So first one is done. Very exciting stuff. So yeah, that was my finish. I'm on track. Queen Bridgen from the Museum Stitcher here on Flosstube, she did the math, and if we complete, I know she's doing the samplers, but if we complete a Day of Christmas chart every other month, so like every 2 months, we will be on track to be done with the entire series by 2025. So not all of them have come out. 9 of the out of the 12 days are out, but I know Liz has mentioned, I think by 2025, everything will be released. So anyways, that is my finish. So the next thing I want to show you are some new starts. So the first new start, because I finished the First Day of Christmas, I went ahead and started the Second Day of Christmas to get a little bit of a head start. Technically, I don't need to have this finished until the end of February. So I've gone ahead and started it. I will say, if I'm whipping through these, I'm not gonna stick to the every 2 months. Like, I'm just gonna start the next one after I finish the next one. But my goal is to try to keep up with that. But if I am ahead, we're not gonna be mad. So this is the Second Day of Christmas. I'll put the picture of the chart here. And again, I'm doing the trees, and I started in the middle. So you can see I started with that leaf right there in the middle, and then I've started the belly of one of the, what do you call it? Turtle doves. I'm stitching this on 36 count. I think the color is Ivy by Fiber on a Whim. So again, I am doing all of these on different colored fabrics. So I will repeat. I do have, like, this piece that I have is big enough for 2 trees. And then I have another piece of this fabric to do another tree. But like my brain, I'm like, okay, well, I can't have the same color tree next to the same color tree. So I'm like, I'm having to kind of plan it out. But I felt confident enough to pick this color of fabric out for the Second Day of Christmas. So I think the Third Day of Christmas, I'm going to do on a more neutral fabric. So I'm going to have colorful fabric, neutral fabrics, all of that. But yeah, it's my little itty bitty start. Again, I'm doing it called for, well, almost called for DMC. I will say this branch that you see here, and if the snowflakes and everything, that is all charted to be in DMC 310 black. But for some reason, the first tree she charted, instead of black, she did my favorite DMC color, which is 3021. So I've actually decided to replace all instances of 310 for the rest of the series with 3021, which is this like dark brown. So I've chosen to do that with this. So anyways, that is fun. I'm happy to have that started. The next new start that I'll show you is, I think, yeah, Marjorie Maid and I wanted to start the new Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along for 2024. I believe it's called No Time Like the Present. I'll put the picture of it up here. I've shown you guys what colors I wanted to do. I'm using a Mosaic silk for one of the colors, and then DMC, I think 738 or something. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I have gotten that started. Bridget also joined us, and she started stitching a different Modern Folk Embroidery piece that she's had on her wish list for a while. I can't remember what it's called, but go check her Instagram. She picked 2 pinks and a gold, and it's so gorgeous. So anyways, this was as far as I got. So I got into that border, obviously. I think my plan is to stitch as much of the purple, because that's that variegated Mosaic silk that I have. I'm going to stitch a lot of the purple first, and then I think I'm going to stitch the green in hand, because it's not variegated, it's just a DMC. But it looks really good so far, and I really love this fabric. This is 36 count Raspberry by Fiber on a Whim. This might be, it's really hard to picture. Take pictures of, I should say, but it's this pinky, purpley, almost like more purpley fuchsia color. I would not say it's anything like the color of actual raspberries, but I appreciate the color name nonetheless. So yeah, that is that. I'm using 1 strand on 36 count because that's my preference, but I'm liking the look of it so far. The Mauve silk is a dream to stitch with. I love it. So yeah, that was my other new start. And then my last new start, I think, technically. Yes, my last new start. This is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries Christmas wreath. I have talked about wanting to start this because I did participate in the Halloween wreath stitch along this year, and I finished that. Have I fully finished it? No. But I have finished it, the stitching. So I wanted to start this one. So I ordered a piece of 28 count Lugana from Bestitch Me in the color Hot Cocoa. And I went ahead and cut it down to size here. And I started in the middle. So I started with the roof of the house, and you can see that a little bit of that deer. I just spent one night on this, did not do much, but it started, so. And I'm using the called for, well, almost the called for DMC with 2/2. My Michaels didn't have some of the DMC for it. Here are the colors. So I just picked like a good substitution while I was already there because I didn't feel like waiting, so. I know it called for like 817 as the red, so I just picked 321 as the red. They're very similar, like just the tones are slightly different. I picked a different brown as well because they didn't have the one I needed. But I feel like that's a good gingerbread color brown. So yeah, those are the colors. That is started. I'm just gonna pull it out when I feel like it. No big goals for this piece. I just wanted to get it started because I would love to have a matching Christmas wreath with my Halloween wreath. Okay, so the next 2 things I'm gonna show you are technically whips. I don't have a lot of whips to show you. I just have 2 things. So the first one was my most recent Pick-a-Whip pull. Marjorie from Marjorie Made, she on her channel does a Pick-a-Whip pull. It's a prompt that she pulls out of a jar, and she tells us what the prompt is, and then you can find your own project that fits that prompt. And sometimes you can, it's nice because some of the prompts, like, oh, I have 5 projects that could fit that. And then some prompts, it's like, I have 1 project, and then that's the project you stitch on. So it's super fun. I had you guys vote. This one was a project with an alphabet on it. So I have only 3 projects with an alphabet on it. So I went ahead and had you guys vote, and you voted for the Lisa Frank nostalgic Ouija chart from the Witchy Stitcher. I did not have a lot of progress on this. I worked on it for 2 nights. I tried my goal originally was like, oh, let me get 800 stitches on this. Well, it's 18 count black Aida with 2 strands, and I've been doing like in hand stitching with 36 count with 1 strand, so it's like not going as fast. I got probably about 400 and something stitches on it, so I'll take it. But anyways, this is where I'm at. Oh my god, it's so bright. Like the colors on this it's insane. I did have to lint roll this project before showing you all because I have a cat, but it's so good. Yeah, so probably where I first had it, I had this middle section done. So I went ahead and took the alphabet over here, finished all of that, started this dolphin, stitched the little unicorn, and then started some of these motifs down here. But yeah, that's where I'm at. It was fun to work on. But yeah, I feel good about the progress I got. I could have gotten more, but alas, there will be another Pick-a-Whip and I will move on to the next project. So that is that. But yeah, my next project I will show you technically is a whip. This is the round robin that my friends and I are participating in. This is the chart, I believe, Garden Quaker by Hello from Liz Matthews. I'll put it up here. So my project is currently on its way, or with Alexis from Alexis _ My Amazing World. And I actually have hers. So Marjorie sent me hers. It's in the hoop, so sorry. But you can see this is what Marjorie stitched. This, I literally have a needle sticking out. This is where I started. I only stitched, I think I just did like 15 stitches. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Don't worry, I have it. This is stitched on Albarium by Cedar River Linens. It's a 36 count. And let's see, stitching 1/2 with this silk from Bestitch Me. Just super fun. It's super variegated, has purple, green, blue, and you can see like from the other people stitching, it looks awesome. So I'm actually, this is my plan section now. This is what I'm planning to stitch on tonight until I finish my motif, and then I will be sending it on to Maddie from Kitty Stitch on Instagram. So that's exciting. My project, I think, is on like the 5th motif. We're about halfway through on most of our projects, so that's really exciting. I'm excited to get mine back, but then we have to stitch like the whole bottom section, so that will be like a goal I need to push to, because I want it finished next year. So so that it can be on my wall and like off my whip list, you know? So yeah, that's really all I have for plans, I think. I want to finish that, and then I might do some more Christmas stitching, like very casually, like just pick what I want to stitch on. I might stitch a little bit on my Hello from Liz Matthews Christmas trees, or I might stitch on the Halloween wreath, or whatever. I'm down to just kind of relax into the rest of the year, because next year I have lots of goals and lots of thoughts about my crafting, and I think that mentally for the rest of the year I need to take it easy on myself. Yeah, I don't know. Holidays are tough too for a lot of people. So if you are out there, I hope you're out there. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, if you're like struggling with holiday times, I feel ya. I get it. I love Christmas. Like, I have so much nostalgia for Christmas. I love tacky Christmas. I love pink Christmas. I love the feeling of the time of the year, but then it gets to actually like coordinating where I'm gonna be and who I'm gonna spend time with, and as the years go by, that becomes a lot more complicated. And as much as I just want to go home and be a child again in my pajamas and playing Shrek Super Party on the PlayStation 2 with my sister, unfortunately, that's like, I can't be selfish and I have to do other things. So anyways, that was weird. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, Christmas is hard. Christmas is hard, okay? But it's also a wonderful time of the year, so I'm trying to remember that. Also, if work wasn't so freaking crazy, I'd probably not be as emotional, but here I am. So, sorry. Let's get into haul. I'm like, let's talk about shopping, y'all, okay? So I did a little bit of shopping because some things have come out that I'm really excited about. So the first thing, well, the only thing-ish, I made an order with Abby from Top Knot Stitcher, of course, duh. And number one, I did want to sign up for her club. This is, or like her auto ship. This is from Cottage Garden Samplings. This is their 2024 like monthly series situation. I love this so much. Speaking of Christmas, I'm obsessed with this. So I did end up getting the chart. I didn't get fabric or the overdyed floss for it because I have so much color and cotton stash, and of course I found a perfect red and a gray that's the overdyeds in my color and cotton stash, so that is all good. But I will say, I'm not going to show you the chart, but so this is 120 by 120, the stitch count, so it's a little bit bigger than their monthly series usually are. But when you fold it all out, usually it's just like, you know, like this, like a little pamphlet, but you do this and they have like, it's actually cool because they have the color symbol chart now on another side with the picture, and then you can put like info, you can write down info. I don't know if I will. I probably won't write on this at all, but it's cute. So anyways, I got that. And of course I had to pick up the exclusive Quirky Quaker mouse because look at it. And also it's exclusive to the Top Knot Stitcher shop. It's so cute. So yeah, I picked that up. And then what I really actually came there for was Jan Hicks Creates put out she had like kind of teased it in an Instagram post. Like she had posted a little sneak peek picture and I was like, what is that? The colors are amazing. And she finally released the pictures and then the chart. So I picked up Jan Hicks Creates Colors of Mexico. Oh, it's so pretty. It's insane. And it's so cool because there are motifs that are upside down on like this upper part. Like these motifs are definitely upside down. Some of these birds are upside down. But then you go down here, like the dog's right side up, these birds are right side up. This all looks, you know, whatever. But it's cool because if you wanted to display it this way, you'd have an upside down dog and a bird here, but then these would be right side up. And then the rest of it kind of like doesn't matter if it's right side up or not. Like, you know what I mean? So it's super cool. And then I went ahead and I picked up the Vicki Clayton Silks, the silk pack that this is stitched with. She does on the color chart, I will say, she has a DMC conversion. She has an overdyed conversion, and there's only 2 Vicki Clayton Silks that don't have a match for overdyed. So I think that's pretty good. She like did that work for you guys. But I went ahead and did the Vicki Clayton Silks because I've been wanting to try them anyways, and I figured this was the perfect time to do so. So I went ahead and I pulled from Stash for fabric, and I'm going to use Lightly Salted Not Roasted 40 count linen by Bestitch Me. I think this is the perfect color for it. I believe the model is stitched on Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit. But I think this is a good neutral. And then these are kind of a mess, but I went ahead and already floss dropped my Vicki Clayton Silks. If you're not familiar with them, they do come on little spools that are very cute. And they have the name of the color on there as a sticker. So what I did was I took some Adam Hart floss bobbins that I've got here, And then I just cut down the sticker so that it would fit like in the middle here. And I put that there. So anyways, these are the beautiful silks. They're so pretty. My favorite color by far is this, hold on, this teal. It matches my eyeshadow actually perfectly. It's called Unmasked. That's my favorite. But yeah, it's gorgeous. I think it'll look good. Hold on. I say hold on way too much. That's a vibe, right? Are we feeling that? I'm feeling it. I think the only one that might have trouble showing up is the white, but I think it'll be fine. So anyways, I am excited. Now, I've debated. I'm really excited about this project. I want to start it. But with New Year's Eve 12 by 12, I definitely want to do one project. But I was thinking, do I do a New Year, New Start situation on New Year's Eve and work on this project? Like if I picked this, then I would work on it for 12 hours and see like where my progress gets to. Or do I pick a bigger project that's already a whip that I definitely want to finish this coming year? Do you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking of Mary Morgan's by Fox and Rabbit. That is a big goal. That will be finished next year. I will definitely be a focus project. So I'm thinking either this or Mary Morgan's will be my 12-hour project on New Year's Eve. Regardless, I am going to start this in the new year. Maybe before. So this might be a start this year, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I stitch on Mary Morgan's or Colors of Mexico for 12 hours on New Year's Eve? I would like to hear about it. I would like to know your thoughts. Maybe I'll do an Instagram poll too. That is really all I have for haul. It's going to be haul light for 2024 as well. I will not be purchasing that many things. I have really big goals, financial goals and like budgeting goals. And I think part of that is spending a lot less on cross stitch and things because I have plenty. I have plenty of stash, and I also, a lot of my friends and I are doing very limited or no new starts next year. And I think with that, like I'll be a lot more inclined to, I won't be starting things. So I feel like I'll be a lot more inclined to not buy things. And like I can shop in my stash if I really like want to start something, but I don't know. I've been doing so many new starts this year that I feel like next year I'll definitely want to break. But again, I've talked about it. I talked about it, I think in my last video with plans. I'm not doing a strict no new starts because that doesn't sound fun. But I am very much doing like a focus for finished year where I very much limit my new starts. So the only new starts I will have, I'll probably give myself like one freebie per quarter, like per season. And really what I mean for that is probably more like fall and winter. I feel like I'm not a seasonal stitcher all year until it hits fall and winter. Then all of a sudden I'm a seasonal stitcher and I'm forgetting about the rest of my projects. And that's okay. But I think this is also like the craziest time of year, so I don't get a lot of stitching done. So anyways, that is all for stitching. I'm going to go ahead and show some crochet. We're going to talk about crochet, and then I'm going to get into books, and then we'll be done. So the first project I want to show you is a whip that I've already showed you. This is the Doctor Who scarf that I am crocheting for my dad. I'm doing this with like worsted weight wool yarn that he picked out all the colors for it to match the fourth Doctor from Doctor Who, if you're not familiar. I did work on this quite a bit on my trip and like before and after, so I don't know how to show this. I guess this is where I am. I'm in this greenish brown section. It's more green in person. Did all of this. I don't remember where I was last time, but, and then that is the bottom where I started. So it's It's nowhere near done, but it's got a good amount of progress on it. I am doing a half double crochet stitch with this. The original BBC chart, or not chart, pattern for this, it is knit and garter stitch. I did originally try to do that, but I don't like knitting. Crochet is so much faster for me, as you can see, because I've gotten so much further along. There will be tassels at the bottom here that I'll do at the end, on both ends of it. My next crochet project, this was a Marjorie inspired situation. So Marjorie started this like hexagon granny stitch cardigan pullover situation. So there's a tutorial on YouTube. I'll link it down below because it's a really good tutorial and I'm really enjoying it. But I wanted to show you, I'm using this Karen cinnamon swirl cakes yarn that I picked up at Michael's. So that's the colorway I'm using. And then this is 1/2 of the pullover that I've already finished. So I went ahead and, I haven't weaved any of my ends in, so don't yell at me. But I finished off the sleeve with just like a single crochet. And so this will literally be like, hold on, I can put it on. Yeah, so this will be like 1/2 of it. I think I might crochet the hood as well for this because I think that'd be fun. And then I've gotten quite a bit a ways with this. This is the other half, and I am lengthening the sleeves. So it's cool because both sides look different. And it's really easy, it's really fun to crochet, and I really like the yarn I picked, it's very bright. I also went ahead and picked up this colorway to make one for my boyfriend because he really liked it. So I will not start that until I finish this one. But yeah, so those are my crochet projects. The next thing I'm going to talk about are some of the books I've read recently. I know I've been not reading as much, or haven't talked a lot about books on my channel recently, but I did read a few. So if you are not here for books and all you wanted to see was my crafting stuff, it has been lovely sitting here with you. I will see you next time. But if you want to hear about some books, you can stay. So the first one I'll talk about, I read The Maid, and this book was super good. I gave it 5 stars. It basically, the narrator is a woman who, I'm not going to diagnose her, but most likely she has some form of autism, and she's very much like, she doesn't understand a lot of social signals. She doesn't understand people's like sarcasm and humor, and she's just very like, she's a maid at a hotel, and she's just very like regimented, very clean, very logical. Like that's just her personality. And it's cool because the book is all through her eyes. Like you don't get another person's perspective, and it follows her. Her grandmother has recently passed away, and she obviously was raised by her grandmother. And so, that's really hard for her. And so she's very alone, and she walks into a hotel room that she's supposed to clean, one day, and she finds somebody, a man who has passed away, possibly murdered. We don't know. And so you kind of follow her on this journey that she's kind of gets wrapped up in this like whole murder situation. And there's rich people and there's other people at the hotel that, they're all trying to like ask her questions and talk to her. And she's just, it's so good. And the ending has such a good twist. Like I really didn't see it coming. And I don't know, it's really, really good. It's very unique, a very unique style, like a point of view, and I enjoyed that. So that was definitely good. The other one I read was The Lost Village. I give this one 4 stars out of 5. It was really good, but it was kind of confusing at times, and maybe, I don't know. I liked it though. Like essentially, there's like this mysterious village that has been abandoned somewhere out, I believe in Sweden or something like that. And the main character has a connection to this place. I believe it was her grandmother who lived there once and like is the only surviving member, was the only surviving member of this village. And it doesn't make a lot of sense. And there was this murder of a woman there and a baby found. And so it's kind of like a fantasy, not fantasy, I get almost like historical fantasy situation where it's kind of this magical, weird place and they're trying to gather what happened all the way back then. And it's kind of creepy, obviously, because it's an abandoned village. I don't know. It's pretty good. I'd recommend it. I gave it 4 stars. I liked it. The other book I read was The Only One Left. I gave this 5 stars. It's so good. It's so good. The main character, she is like she's a nurse that helps, she's like a caretaker that helps with older people that live at home, people with, you know, like dementia or who have had a stroke or something like that. So that's her job, and she's down on her luck. A lot of bad things have happened. She's living with her dad, and she gets offered this new job to be the caretaker of this woman who was accused of murdering her entire family many years ago, but she was not found guilty. So she wasn't I don't know if she was acquitted or I guess, yeah, that's the word for it. I think she was acquitted of it. But you know, lives in this big mansion on a cliff, and people think that she murdered her whole family, even though she didn't get found guilty. And so, the main character's like, oh, like this is the job I'm offered, you know, like she's nervous about it, whatever. She's desperate, so she takes it. And so you kind of meet these characters around the house and people who were there during the years. It's set in the 80s, and so the murders occurred in the 20s. So that's super fun. I really liked it. Like, there is so many twists at the end. It's not exactly what you expect, and like the main character is a complicated woman but has a good heart, and I don't know. It was really, really good book. Definitely my favorite that I've read in the past few weeks. And then the last book I will talk about is Starling House. I just finished this yesterday. I did give it 5 stars because it was very like magical and I did like it. Essentially, this woman she's a young woman. She has a brother that she takes care of who's in high school, and they are very poor, live in a motel. They just scrape by. She steals a lot, she lies a lot, and she does everything she can to give her brother the best life possible. Their mom passed away in a tragic car accident, and so she gets this job at this, essentially it's called the Starling House. It's this weird, dilapidated, like haunted little house. And there's this weird guy named Arthur that is the warden of the house, and he's kind of like a Boo Radley type of character. And of course she's curious, and of course she's like just trying to get money, and it's funny because she gets the job and she starts like taking things from the house. She's like, I'm gonna take this silver, and she like takes it and she sells it, and he knows, you know what I mean? And like he's being very kind to her, but like kind of also mysterious and standoffish, and you kind of, I don't know, you end up finding out more about the house, more about the history of the house, and then maybe what lurks in the house. And she is kind of all wrapped up in this, and there's a little bit of a touch of romance in it. It's very like fantasy, like haunted fantasy romance, Alice in Wonderland inspired a little bit, like situation. It's really, really good. I really recommend it. But yeah, those are all the books that I read. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. And if you made it this far, comment down below a little Christmas tree, because Christmas, I guess. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye, baby.